I'm on a different spectrum of this view of women in the OTT platform. But what I do think is it's changed the way that this industry works.
Hello everyone, welcome to PeepingMoon.com. I'm Rashita Sahni, and today joining me for a super interesting conversation is Sunny Leone, who's all set to impress us all in and as Anamika. Hi Sunny, how have you been?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good as well. So this afternoon I watched the trailer of Anamika and it sort of left me very intrigued. It was like, I wanted to know what happens and I wanted to watch the show right away. I'm sure that has been the response that you have been getting, but you tell me what prompted you, or what was that one most interesting point about the show that made you say yes to it?
Well, the same thing that you watched was the same thing that intrigued me, was getting to be a character that I've never gotten a chance to do. And also the action, the story. When I heard the story, first of all, that was very interesting. And then he said I was going to do all this action, which I love. I've always loved action. I've always wanted to make an action film or show. So I finally got to do it and it was a blast.
I am sure. And, we see you in this like never seen before avatar. You're doing phenomenal action. You're like, out there. There are so many action-packed scenes that we see in the trailer itself. I'm sure the show has more to offer. But what was your prep and training like?
Well, I signed this film before COVID hit, before COVID hit. We had signed this film and then all these things happened, so it got delayed. So most of my prep was done in Los Angeles with, all the dialogue and all the episodes and working on those. And then the little bit of fight training that I did was just kickboxing, just so that I could really try and focus on getting my form correct and body posture a little bit better. Because if you're not a fighter, you never know how to stand and where your hands should be and all these like small little things. So I did some training there just to keep myself used to the idea of punching and kicking, and a lot of the training then went on set. So I did almost all of the action work myself. And if something, that was my deal with Vikram sir, because he wanted to use a body double for a lot of different things, for safety, for so many different reasons. And I said, please let me try. And I really want to do it. And if something is too dangerous, or if I just look really bad doing it, then you could use a body double. But let me try, because I really want to do it. So that added obviously time and training and learning everything as we were going. And I like to consider myself a good listener, and I tried to be a very good student when we were doing all the training for Anamika, because it's a different style. It's not like you can say, okay, I'm going to go and take karate, or I'm going to go learn kung fu, or I'm going to learn to just go shoot guns, or I'm going to, do a certain style of like street fighting. With this, it was a very realistic gung fu-ish. And then, the idea of being able to fight like people fight. And movie fights, which are so much more exciting because people are flying and all my punches really hit hard. So it was so much fun learning this style of fighting and being able to shoot, fight, all with a gun in my hand, and it was awesome. I love it.
Fantastic. Great. And talking about your character, it looks, how much ever I've seen in the trailer, it looks like someone who's to play that character must have been emotionally challenging. And also, how were you able to detach from it once the shoot was over?
I'm we don't really know each other, but most people don't, but I'm an extremely emotional person just to begin with. And there's a lot of different things, when that happened on this set as far as emotionally go, because you're watching someone die in front of you, or you're killing them, or there's all these different emotional scenes happening. So in my head, I would always go through the story of why is she on the run? Why is she finding these people? Why is she working so hard to find the information and fighting everyone and piecing everything together? First of all, she doesn't remember. And then I think if you just go through the story, it's actually quite sad. And so getting back into that emotion when we needed to for a scene, it then doesn't become so difficult. And Sir would always work. He was really amazing about how he nurtured the Anamika character itself, and then me, and then all the other actors as well. But I can only speak for myself when I say he's like so amazing at what he does, and so caring, and explaining everything to me and teaching me different things and reminding me. He's like, remember always what happened before, what happens after. Even if I already knew this information or didn't know this information, I would just listen, because learning from him it's special, because I haven't gotten that chance with a lot of different projects that I've done in the past, where I'm actually learning beyond what anybody has ever taught me. I hope that it continues, that the people that I work with, I'll keep on learning different things from them. But he really did do an amazing job at this with me. So patient.
Fantastic. And when we talk about Vikram Bhatt, now he's that one filmmaker when it comes to thrillers, there's like no better master than him. And the action scenes and everything, that the way he directs, I'm sure you must have witnessed the same thing. Last year when I spoke to him, I spoke about the same thing, that how do you do it? How do you manage to keep your audiences so like all the time at the edge of their seats and so intrigued all the time? So I'm sure you must have faced a similar thing while shooting with him. How was it being there on set with him? Is he like an actor's director?
He is amazing to watch when it comes to his job. He's one of the few people that I've met when I think that I'm working hard and that I'm tired or I'm working, I would get to set. He would be there all day long, working with us. Then he would say, okay, I'm going to the recording studio. We have to finish the music for Anamika. We need to do this. And he'd always come to me like almost every day, say, okay, here's what we shot, take a look, blah, blah, blah. And all these different things. He was always working and always so into what was happening. And I always think that people like this are an inspiration when you watch them. And I have so much respect for him, and I admire him, and I think that his work is so great. And how he took me, I'm still trying to figure it out, but he did, and he put all his faith into me for this project. And what he got, I hope he's happy and he's proud, and that people like what we made.
I'm sure they will. And of course, Anamika is like a women-oriented project. Now, gone are those days where female actors were only there to either, just to lend support or to have a song in the film or the show. But now we are actually seeing such great female-oriented content that's out there on web or in Bollywood. And now, do you feel that this web space that we have all been loving for the past 2 years, and of course more, has something to do with such powerful content that we get to see when it comes to, actresses backing projects and taking it all on their shoulders alone?
Well, I think that every actress's journey is different. Mine is not like those people that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Almost all the projects that I've done, I've been the lead of, either by choice or there's just no other choice because no one wanted to work with me. So I'm on a different spectrum of this view of women in the OTT platform. But what I do think is it's changed the way that this industry works. And other parts of the world where actors and actresses, they make films, we see them at the movie theater, but we have no idea that they also have made in that year maybe 3-4 other shows that show up on a OTT platform. And it's not it's like, it's work. And they choose projects and films, and some TV shows end up having many, many seasons, and some they had 1 or 2 seasons and then, their job was done. Or just 1 season and their job was done. So I think that the OTT platform was always there for everyone. I believe that because of COVID, we're almost forced to move forward when the rest of the world had already moved forward. And it's offered so much work to so many different actors and actresses, male and female, across the board. So many people you think, oh, they would have never done a TV show because they're so big. And why would they do a TV show? But that's a mindset. That's not because it wasn't available, right? So I think that the mindset has changed, not just for producers, directors, and OTT platforms. I think for actors and actresses as well. Their philosophy of work also changed.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Sahni. Looking forward to watching Anamika.
Me too. I can't wait to hear what you think.
Yes, definitely. Bye. Thank you. Take care.